Hello, Taurus. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting August 18th, 2025. Taurus, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. You know I appreciate you. The deck I am using will be listed in the description box, not reading any reverse cards. All right, just going to cleanse the energies here for Aries messages for the week, and we shall begin to see what is the potential surrounding you for this upcoming week. Energies for Taurus. What can I tell Taurus? What can Taurus expect this week? Okay, what is the energy for Taurus? All right, here we go with the cut, Taurus, and we'll begin. And for you, we're going to start off with the first card as the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, plenty of messages coming out of this. This is a card that always represents victory and success. And of course, you can attach that victory and success to anything that's going on for you this week, Taurus. Also, to first actions and first moves. Seeking maybe some sort of new excitement or adventure along the way. Could be with others, or could be just, something that you do or want to do on your own. Seeking some sort of insight or gaining some sort of clarity on something specific. All right, Ace of Swords. Following the Ace of Swords, now we have the Queen of Pentacles. Money looking very strong here. Very good. This would represent your own energies, the element. So this could be the boss, of course, in the workplace environment, the creditors, or how people view you, as I always say, as someone who is accountable, reliable, stable. Usually Queen and King, the Knight of Pentacles, good money handlers. So this could be a promotion. This could be a pay raise. This could be bonus money. Good week to ask the boss of any favors. Apply for credit, right? Okay, anything related to businesses. I do feel that money is coming towards Taurus in some direction. All right, so following the Queen of Pentacles, now we have, there we go. The money is following you or coming towards you. Page of Pentacles, the start of something new in terms of finances, possibly. It could be that job offer, contract offer, birth of a business idea. Following the Page of Pentacles, now we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups just simply represents celebrating energies with those that you are closest to you, nearest and dearest. It could be family members, friends, romantic partners. Definitely could be co-workers. Even number of cups, emotionally, what you put out there, Taurus, is what you're going to get back in return. Celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. And it could be in the form of eating out at diners or restaurants. Following the Four of Cups, now we have the Major Arcana, the Hermit. Hermit just means that there could be a moment of wanting to be by yourself. I don't like to use the word solitude, but, solitude is in association with this card. And it could be that you just break away or just detach from energies that you have become attached to, almost like the Four of Swords, but in a stronger sense. So it could be that, you just want to be by yourself because you want to catch up reading a book, or you just enjoy spending time by yourself, whatever for whatever reason. Also, too, it could be that you withdraw a little bit just to think about something that could be on your plate in terms of any forms of perplexity or anything that you're dealing with and you need to figure it out. Again, you're not going to stay in this energy too long, whatever the reasons are. It could be, like I said, meditation, catching up reading a book, or just you enjoy, your own company. Up next, now we have the Major Arcana, the Emperor. Okay, so you'll be in control this week, Taurus, no matter what's going on here. The Emperor always represents a matter of controlling your own energies, not in the form or not having to, a desire to control, manipulate others. This is boss mode, leadership mode, so you could be promoted. It's underneath the Queen of Pentacles, even more stronger than someone being promoted to a higher paying position. The character here, of course, always attached or assigned as a father figure that may be in association with you, Taurus. They're over in spirit world now. They may have worked in some sort of court system or served some sort of time in the military. All right, so that's the major arcana of the Emperor. Following the Emperor, we have the major arcana of the Moon. Wow. Okay, so the Moon, a cycle of energy is ending for you, Taurus, in some aspect. A new cycle is about to begin. Revelations, things that were kept or hidden from you, are illuminated with the Moon. So it could be likes and crushes when it comes to romance coming forward. The Moon goes real deep when it comes to those emotions. So definitely put a check on your emotions this week, because this Moon can be tricky and have our emotions up real high or have our emotions down too low. We always want to strike a balance in the middle when it comes to our emotional outlook, right? Revelations, things that you didn't know that were kept from you, maybe secrets that you didn't know about, come to the limelight for some of you this week, right? Following the major arcana of the Moon, most importantly, to pay attention to your intuition, though, okay? Because this Moon does represent intuition, and you have to trust the process. Always trust the process of what you get in terms of first impressions in the gut, and the voices that you hear. Those are always the correct answers or choices for you. Up next, now we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords here represents there is a situation surrounding you that's coming to an end, Taurus. A new situation is about to begin. Also, too, there could be a Taurus that I'm reading for. If it's not you, somebody that you know, there's a future inpatient or outpatient surgical procedure about to take place. It's going to be painful once the anesthesia wears off and the prescribed medication. But the Ten of Swords always promises recovery as well as relief. On top of the Hermit, now we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the Nine of Swords is here, usually indicative of overthinking. This is one of the stronger swords in this suit that this, a lot comes with it in the form of betrayals, lies, deceit, deception, fears, nervousness, extreme anxiety. It could be depression. Again, it may not be because it's in your spread, Taurus, the energy that you deal with. It's on top of the Hermit. Maybe this is the energy that draws you, into yourself this week. This is a lot of overthinking. So there could be some Tauruses that I'm reading for this overthinking about something or someone specific. Nervousness, tension, anxiety. Always, reaching for some sort of relief, and that relief can be in the form of prescription medication for the depression or anxiety. It could be non-prescription medication, and you decide to drink. You decide to smoke weed or whatever it is that's going to help you through the days and the nights of having to resolve possibly some sort of internal, external conflicting energies, whether it's from your recent or your distant past. Now, keep in mind, Taurus, I always say that if this energy expresses itself towards you, of course, deal with it. You want to eradicate and take down much of the conflicting energies as you possibly can, because if you don't do anything, this is not the type of energy that you want to stick around for a long period of time. Trust me when I tell you this. So, Nine of Swords, of course, may not be yours. It could be someone else, who is dealing with some sort of barriers, restrictions. I oftentimes bring up someone that you may know that's incarcerated. Then, of course, it becomes their Nine of Swords as opposed to your Nine of Swords. But you know what? Let me throw a clarifier before I move forward, because I forgot to throw a clarifier when I did one of those videos yesterday. It was the Three of Swords. And I just moved right on with the messages and didn't realize that I, didn't throw a clarifier on the Three of Swords. So let me throw a clarifier on this Nine of Swords. Why did the Nine of Swords? What's going on here? What is the three? What is Swords in the spread for? What is the overthinking? This Nine of Swords, I also assign mental abuse. It could be physical abuse, emotional abuse coming in towards you from others. And we have the major arcana, the Chariot. Now, the clarifier here for the Nine of Swords, with all the swords that are available, I would feel that there's someone who is having some sort of, unresolved issues with their car. Okay, maybe, I don't like to project something, they'll say. Maybe this week it could be that, some bulls that I'm reading for may experience a flat tire. Okay. Or there's some energy could, be related to if you had car repair, it was a hefty bill, and maybe the Nine of Swords is keeping you up at night, making you nervous because, trying to figure out how you're going to pay for it. All right. Could be involving someone's not only sensitivity, but extreme fear of flying. This chariot would represent all vehicles in motion. So it could be an airplane. It could be fear of traveling in the car, traveling on any sorts of vehicles. And you have yet to resolve that. And I can almost relate to that, Taurus. Just tell you a little personal story right quick. I had a fear of flying. I really did. And belongs to me at the time. My aunt and uncle purchased tickets for me, airline tickets. I didn't even know it. Well, of course, I did know it eventually, but they purchased airline tickets. I think I had just graduated from college or something like that. I did something, and that was their gift to me. And it was to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, the bulk of my family is in Atlanta, and so when they bought the tickets, the closer, never been on a plane before ever. And the closer it got to me to get on that airplane, I thought of everything possible happening, negative. Once I got on the plane, nervous as shit, it just happened to be a stewardess, airline stewardess, who was traveling from Pittsburgh to Atlanta because she was taking up shop, in Atlanta. If it wasn't for her, she coached me through that entire trip. And she was like, oh, maybe you want to, get something to drink to help relax you. I said, no, I don't drink. But she was very, very instrumental in squashing the fears. And once I got on that plane and it took off and I started to relax, and I said, oh, this is not too bad. So it could be that I'm seeing here, that someone has an extreme fear of flying, traveling, whether it's whatever vehicle. All right. So we're going to leave it at that. On top of the Emperor here, okay, moving right along, I just want to share that with you. We have the Temperance card. Okay, so the Temperance is restoring balance, bringing back some sort of peace. Maybe there was something that, could be, part of the Nine of Swords energy that disturbed you, disrupted you. She always brings back that energy to recenter you. Temperance represents all relationships. It could be that you want to spend some time outdoors and enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. Nothing wrong with that. Loving yourself. Again, pulling back the energy like the hermit, more or less, and focusing that energy, redrawing the energy back to yourself, Taurus, and just doing the things that make you feel good, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself. And there's nothing wrong with having to do that. You're not to feel guilty about that. Oftentimes we put our energy in terms of extension out to our family, to our friends, to our pets, to our jobs. And now this might be the week where, you've done all of that. Now it's like, okay, let me redraw and focus that energy back onto myself. So that's where I see with the Temperance card. On top of the moon here for you is the Five of Pentacles, okay? Five of Pentacles is already trumped by the Queen of Pentacles as well as the Page of Pentacles. But we're going to read it that there still could be a bull that I'm reading for that may have some concerns, with their money. Still coming up short, not having enough money to pay bills. This is the card of giving the cold shoulder treatment, feeling left out in the cold, ghosting when it comes to communication, someone ghosting you, you ghosting them. But there is a positive thing, energy that comes out of the Five of Pentacles, Taurus. And I always say that you could be the bull that still, no matter what's going on, involving your own financial situations, you donate your money and your time to worthy charitable causes. On top of the 10 of swords, and the final card for you in the spread is the card of judgment. Major arcana judgment. Okay, this is the awakening card here. Things that were hidden in the dark, almost like the moon, reveal themselves, and things that you discover. I feel that the judgment is on, more or less like a personal level. Some things that you discover about yourself that could be positive or negative, and some things that you discover about others that too could be positive or negative. When it's the card of awakening, always making sure that you're treating yourself in the right fashion, treating others in the right fashion. This is still that card that represents karma. But also, too, Taurus, there's the whole matter of spiritual energy of protection going on for you because of this card showing up. And also, too, a lot of messages coming out of this judgment card. I oftentimes feel, since it is the card of awakening, so it may be that there's something that you do this week in terms of processing energy that you were not able to process in your recent past. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe it, involved money or not. It doesn't really matter. But I feel that this week you move forward with something that you didn't have an opportunity to move forward with in your past. All right. So this is what I have for you, Taurus. Let's pull out the oracle messages that's going to complement your reading and see what they want to add to your spread. Overall, it's not a bad spread energetically. Okay. All right. So what's the oracle messages here? And you know what? I forgot, since I already recorded these videos here, I always wanted to, include the shadow, and I always forget. But anyway, your shadow energy is the major arcana, the Fool. All right. So whatever it is that you want to do in terms of taking that leap of faith, put that foot out there and just do it. The universe is going to support you. This Fool represents new beginnings. Okay. So it could be, again, with the Ace of Swords, seeking some sort of excitement or adventure in a different area. But whatever it is that you want to seek in terms of that enjoyment or excitement, just go and do it. Okay. For others, it's just some aspect of a new beginning in some area that's going to open up for you. All right. So let's get on to the oracle messages here for you, Taurus. I apologize for that. Actually, I need to apologize to the other side for forgetting to pull over the shadow. Turn over the shadow, I should say. All right. So what are the messages here for Taurus? All right, first message for you, Taurus. We got social media comparison. Scrolling through somebody else's highlight reel will have you doubting your blessings, focused on your journey. Next message here for you, Taurus, is manifestation blockage. Faith without action won't get you there. Align your energy. This is what I always say when the magician shows up. Make sure that you stay in alignment with that energy, walk away from it, but you have to acquire faith and have patience. So this one says, align your energy, move with intention, and claim what's already yours. Third and final message here for you, Taurus, is ignoring doctor visits. Please don't do that. Prevention is power. Your health matters. Your future self depends on you to show up today. Okay, so if there's any appointments that you've been stressing out about, or possibly not wanting to set up an appointment to see about something that's going on with you, don't do it. You're that's the worst thing. Being a healthcare provider, and I always talk to people about delaying having to be seen by the doctor or having tests conducted. And it's basically, and I definitely understand people have an extreme fear of finding out something that could be wrong. But if you don't find out, how could they treat it and prevent something that could possibly save your life? So, don't ignore any doctor's visits or any, health signs or symptoms that you may be experiencing set up a doctor's appointment and get it taken care of and find out what's going on. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Taurus. Remember, it's just me interpreting these messages here for you. Take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Taurus, and I will talk to you real soon. Ciao.